Hey, this is the Nerdy Emoji. So, to be quite honest, this is my first video essay upon a certain topic, that is the genre of Assamese music. First of all, this is not a roast, but rather it's a kind of an analysis about the various aspects of the Assamese music genre. This video have been broken down into 4 parts basically. The introduction, the good kind of music and why it sounds good, the bad kind of music and why it sounds bad, and finally the conclusion. So this is it, and let's begin. For the introduction, more honestly koirisu Wikipedia page on the first section of likha ase Assamese music upor heikitake koidim. The genre of Assamese music is certainly based upon raga and folk music, which is sung around the pentatonic scale similar to Chinese traditional music. Within that, the Assamese community had made some few specific genres like and we also have various musical instruments like So, to basically idea to okay? These songs are usually varied upon a very slow tempo. We don't actually go like but in that sense, our music is quite slow and have a very melodic feel to it. Like you know what? I want to change Kurilo. I was gonna talk about the good kind of music first, but let's instead talk about the bad kind of music first, because I believe bad things should come first. There you can move to back when you So I'm gonna pick out bad things first. So first of all, we have an insane amount of use of the portamento lead in the music industry right now. Jodi tomarke portamento meaning to nazana, then the meaning of portamento is a slide from one note to another, especially in singing or playing an instrument. Mainly, we have an extreme amount of use of the solid Basically, these leads could be used greatly for EDM, but they don't mix well in pop or rap. The solid synths destroy the entire song, to be quite honest. These leads can be generally replaced by a more common instrument like the piano or violin or a guitar. To be honest, most of the singers don't even have a bad voice. They sing great, mostly. I said mostly. Secondly, there's a bad new trend of using vocal chops now, which some producers does right and some #galai. Third of all, there's this problem of extreme uses of flute. Yes, bahi, which problem certainly coincide along with the saw synth use. Like I said before, ketiaba ghorat mangkho banale bhal lage, right? Jodi he bostuto eta daily basisot kora jay, etia hetu olop annoying hobo. Basically, this is the same. Well, I'm a fourth problem to lahilo, and this one is the most primary problem within this genre. Lyrics. I don't know who writes most of them, but they does not correlate with the feelings of a normal sounded human being. So, what's the uses of lyrics within our music? It is to highlight some story, message or feeling within someone's mind. We literally went from to মই এইটো বস্তু ক'বলৈ যোৱা নাই যে আজিলৈকে যিমান লিৰিক্স ওলাইছে for every Assamese song that ever existed is bad. But there's this thing. These lyrics are generally written by some adults who aims towards the mindset of the younger generation. But the problem is adults can nazane their younger mindset to kenekwa. So this in turn leads to making of songs like this. Tumalake janane, our Indian community has a huge knack for something, and that something is our musical instrument. Like e bostu na thakile no hobo. The entire Indian community has a huge knack for it. Video to pause kora, talot comments at gopini likhage what that thing is. It's a musical instrument. Just this hint. Likhila? Okay. The answer is bass. I'm not even saying that bass is a bad thing. It helps in filling up the low end of a track. But the thing is, it got bad reputation with bad producers. Bass can be directed to have a melodic yet simple vibe to it, but amar yat kone oto nokore. Like tumaloko ghor osori jodi picnic khwa gari ekhon jodi jai, it sounds like this. Right? Because it's made like that. There's like 4 possible notes in there. This is it. I can't take it anymore. I'm ending this part here. And let's move on to the good kind of music and why it sounds good. For the good part, we always had and will be having a large contributors to Assamese music always. The songs from the early 60s to the 2000s were mostly contributed by artists like Bhupen Hazarika, Khoghen Mohanto, Jayanto Hazarika, Zubin Garg, Dipali Borthakur, and various countless others. Their influential songs let this artist song get spread across multiple other regions, not only Assam. Let me tell you the simplest reason of what makes a song good, okay? A good song compels the listener to do something. Like, it makes them dance, it makes them laugh, cry, sing along, whatever. So from the get-go, I've been talking about the good qualities of the music. So Huna, what are the good qualities of music? A music track should always have a dynamic feel to it. Like from the get-go, from the beginning, you have to verify that your music has a clear shape to it. Next is one of the most important steps, that is chord progression. I think most music producers know this. Jodi tumaloke music producer nohua at a simple songwriter, but any music practice kora know this stuff, right? Like chords is one of the most basic first step of writing music, right? Thirdly, the most important step of writing music is the inclusion of melodies. Melodies can be considered as skin of a song. Like if it is sprinkled over the top of a track with some simple repetition, then it can create a great track. মই আগতে এটা কথা কৈ আহিছিলোঁ যে চ চিন্তা বাহিৰে এটা বেলেগ কমন ইনষ্ট্ৰুমেণ্ট দি পিনিও গানটো ভাল কৰিব পাৰি. Like there are many songs that uses common, generally used instrument, ethnic instruments that makes a song great. For example,
জিলিকে মাজুলিতে
এটা কথা লগত বহুত এগ্ৰি কৰিব EDM চবে বহুত ভাল পায় right? These are one of the great examples of melodies and the uses of vocal chops. মই আগতে এটা কথা কৈ আহিছিলোঁ যে vocal chops আমাৰ Assamese music industry বেয়াকৈ use কৰা যায়. But here's one good example at জলপ্ৰপাত. এই দুইটা গানতে এটা বস্তু common আছে. Both songs have a very ambient vibe to it. Like the simple stuff needed to make a good track. But still, it's complex though. On the inside, the mixing done on it is pretty good. What about the indie artists? Like those artists which are apart from the mainstream media, but they sing great but are not that popular yet. Well, one of the indie groups I like is a group called Our. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but they had made one great acoustical and kind of pop rocky song, which is, well, again, the good kind of music. And why it sounds good, I think you got a lot out of it. And finally we come to the conclusion now. Well, for the conclusion, তোমালোকে guess কৰিব পাৰিবানে problemটো কি হয় এতিয়া in this scene? Well, the small artists would make a small catch grab through shitty music just because most of our community standards has fallen on music. I don't know, but বহুত মানুহে ফালতু আৰ্টিষ্ট বিলাকক সাপোৰ্ট কৰিবলৈ ভাল পায় and পাহৰি যায় যে বাহিৰত actually আৰু talented artist আছে আৰু সেই আৰ্টিষ্ট বিলাকে সেই একে সাপোৰ্টটো নোপোৱাৰ কাৰণে গান বনাবলৈ বন্ধ কৰি দিয়ে. So তোমালোকে এটা কথা শুনা, this is a request. Please raise your standards and support the one that is genuinely trying instead of selling you the same shit again and again and again. If the community standards are raised, the artist will forcefully change and develop things that is actually good. Hey, guess what? Next time about যেতিয়া তোমালোকে এটা Assamese song শুনিবা, just 1 second কাৰণে notice কৰি পিনে তোমালোকে চাবা যে if they are feeding you the same stuff again or not. So this is all there is to it, and I don't think I'll be making another video on it ever. Or will I?